Hello everyone, I'm Kushal and I welcome you all today on April 3rd and we are into this Data Fest 2025 series. And let me introduce today's speaker to you and the topic of the day. So the topic is leadership and marketing. And I hope everyone, whether somebody is from management background, somebody is into sales, somebody is doing some technical job, everyone needs leadership and everyone needs marketing. Marketing is not something which probably just as a job you need, but also at every moment of your life, whether you apply for a job, at that time also you need to market yourself. So I believe with a great experience of about 20 plus years, TP Dilip Kumar is a seasoned business leader specializing in strategy, people management, and sales excellence. He has been helping as a consultant, as a coach, empowering individuals and organizations with the tailored learning solutions in leadership training, strategic growth, and growth strategies for lasting success. So I would like to thank and welcome Mr. TP Dilip Kumar. He is with us. So I'm handing it over to him to take it further. So I would like to thanks and welcome Mr. Dilip Kumar.
Thank you, Mr. Kushal Sharma. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm very much honored to be here. Right. So today I'm going to talk about first we'll start about leadership. As we all know, then we will get into marketing. Right. So leadership, as you know, that is we when we say about leadership, that is one of the important in any person's life, right? Whether it is in a professional work or in any business, leadership plays a very very important and vital role for their business success, right? So when we talk about leadership, we can just start with what is leadership is all about. Just with a small definition that saying that leadership, we can say that it is an ability to influence and guide individuals as a team towards achieving a common goal. So by this we can understand that leaders are always uh, inspiring people, right? So when we take about leadership, see there is a before getting into leadership, I would like you to understand the difference between the leadership and the management, right? So many people see both looks similar, like leadership management, but most of the people what they do, there is a big lot of differences in the leadership compared to management. So just a brief background about management and leadership. Then I'll get into the leadership in detail, little bit later. So managers, see, normally it is a task-oriented job, right? So as a leader, you have vision and mission and you always focus on people. While in a manager, what they do, they always think about completing the task. This is the major difference in leadership and management. Right. When you talk about mostly about leadership, it is about entirely about focusing about the vision of the organization, and it is about entirely focusing about the people, right? People development. So you might ask that, see, leadership and managers all look same. It is about managing people and data. It is looks same, but it is entirely little bit different, right? So just a minute. So mostly leadership is morely focused and it is a different kind of approach. So there are different types of leaderships. So when we talk about what are the different types of leadership, let us understand there are major leadership styles like autocratic leadership. That is one of the autocratic leadership. Then we have democratic leadership. Then we have transformational leadership. Then we have transactional leadership. Then we have delegating leadership. Then we have people first leadership. Then we have situational leadership. So there are different styles. So I'll just try to give a small brief explanation about the different types of leadership here. So first we discuss about autocratic leadership. See, autocratic leadership is nothing but we can understand that is autocratic leadership. It makes decision people leaders who make decision independent, right, with very little input from the others. For example, if you say if your leader is there, so he's a head of a division, head of a company. So what he does, he just takes the input, very little input, and finally he decides. That is called as autocratic leadership. For example, he may have a strict control and high expectation from others also. For example, if they give some ideas, he may take the ideas, but he will evaluate the ideas, then he will decide whether should I implement this idea. So these are the there are some traits we can understand. For example, he may be task forced, he may have eye control with people, or he may be, we can say, even authoritative. He may be very authoritative leader. Autocratic leadership style, the person may be very authoritative, or he may be very decisive. He may take final decision. That is called as autocratic leadership. Right. So next we get into democratic leadership. Yes, yes. Democratic leadership. So as the name suggests, this leaders involve team members in decision making. So see, this may look little bit different, but these leaders know they will take the maximum input, try to work out on those inputs, and try to be take a decision. We can say they have very open communications, or they take employees inputs. For example, they can the traits we can say them, they are collaborative in nature, they are open-minded, they are encouraging. Democratic leaders are the main advantage of democratic leadership is that they will be a good listeners. So if they do, only because of they are listening to others, they can understand what others are trying to say, and they will try to implement those things. So this is one type of leadership. Next, we are going to talk about transformational leadership. Transformational leadership is nothing but people, transformation type of leaders, what they do, they try to inspire and motivate employees. So to exceed their expectation. For example, see, sometimes this type of leadership also can work, may work, right? So they may inspire and motivate. See, normally any leadership we talk about, comparing to manager people, they inspire us. That is called leadership. So transformation leadership can say, for examples, we can tell them those leaders can push their team to limits for innovation. They may be very much interested in innovation type of things. Their most important traits will be like visionaries or charismatic, or they are passionate about the work, or they may be motivated. So that is the transformational leadership type. Next, we can say that transactional leadership. This is also one of the leadership type we will discuss. Leadership, they are based on structure. They follow a principle group. For example, if they have a structure, so they will follow that principle, and they try to reward people. So this also looks encouraging for employees. Like when somebody do some kind of good activity, immediately this type of leaders will compliment the employees, right? So, and they will give rewards, right? So that is called as transactional leadership. Their traits mainly will be, they will be very much focused on goal oriented. They are very much performance driven, and they are very practical. Sometimes this type of leadership, what happens when they try to say something, when the performance is not good, they will be directly saying things that this is not right. So this is called as transactional leadership. Next, we have delegative leadership. See, delegative leadership, this name suggests, this is always, they don't take much we can say they don't take much responsibilities, or we can say that they either we can put it in this way. We can put it in this way that these leaders may provide minimal supervision. For example, if there is a team, we can even say in a positive way that they believe their team. They give minimal supervision. They know that this guy, if I'm giving some assignment to a particular team or a particular guy, they know the value of them and they know how good they are in doing those work. So they will do minimal leadership, leader supervision and allow them to work on their own. So this is called as delegative leadership. For example, for some of the managers to improve, this is also one of the good style. So empowering managers, giving them the job or task and allowing them to come out with their own ideas. So their most of these guys, this type of leadership traits will be like trusting people and delegating. They will be supportive also. So this is one of the delegative type of leadership, right? Next, we do have charismatic leadership type. So most of the leadership of this type, they really influence people based on their personal charm and compelling visions. So for example, they really inspire. Normally, when we talk about leadership, they inspire people. They focus on the vision of the organization. They focus on the development of the people. They always be an example to people. So this charismatic leadership is one of the type. So they normally what they do, they don't even, they give the task and they pursue the people to do the task, right? So sometimes they be example, they show them how to do it, right? So that is one thing. This type of leadership they will be very energetic, very confident, and very inspiration. Sometimes we would also come across this type of leaders whom we think, yeah, we are very happy to have a leader like this. So that is one of the example. They always inspire and mobilize people. This is one of the type. Next, we have situational leadership. This is also very people who can really change themselves according to the situation, right? They are adaptable. They are very adaptable and they based on the situation and the team needs. This is also called as this is also great type of leaderships. Like for example, this type of leadership, people will be very flexible in their nature and they will be very adaptive according to the situation. They will have a great strategic thinking capacity, and they are versatile. So they can adjust to the approach as per the requirement. If they want to be stubborn, they will be stubborn at a situation, right? And a particular situation. If they want to be flexible, these guys can be very flexible at that situation. If they want to be teacher or they want to be train someone, they do that. So that is the situational type of leadership. Right? This is one of the leadership type. Next, we have people-oriented leadership type, right? So people-first leadership type is nothing but this leadership prioritize helping people, right, and developing the team. So this is one of the major things in people-first leadership, right? Their major traits will be like they will be very they will have a good empathy. They will always think in other shoes. They think that they put themselves in other shoes and they are very humble. Sometimes they are very supportive and they are even people focused. They want their employees to grow. So always this is called as people first leadership. So we have seen almost different types of leadership, like we can say, so autocratic leadership, democratic leadership type, transformational leadership type, transactional, delegative, people first leadership, then situational, then we have the charismatic leadership thing. See, yeah, this is some of the styles. See, it is not that I'm trying to give you an idea that these are the types of leadership people are there. But if you want to be successful leader, I would suggest that this one style is not going to help anyone if you want to success, if you want to be successful. If you see successful people, mostly what happens, they will be having different 2 or 3, 4 types of leadership type. Depending upon the situation, they change themselves. Sometimes they will be flexible, sometimes they will be stubborn. They will take the input of the team, their own team, and they welcome the suggestion. They are very open-minded, right? So that will make them to be very effective leaders, right? So understanding different leadership styles and applying the right approach based on the situation is very, very important. So most of the great leaders exhibit 3 traits that inspire and guide their teams. Right. So most of the time, what happens, if you adapt one type of leadership, definitely that is not going to work. Sometimes it may work, but sometimes it may not work. But if you want to be successful leader, right? So you need to understand the situation. You need to put yourself in different styles, right? Sometimes you have to be task oriented. Sometimes you have to be work oriented, or sometimes you have to be people friendly leader. Sometimes you need to be a delegative leader. You need to give them chance, work on the project depending upon the product. So always that is very, very important to be a good, effective leader. Just a minute, sorry. So mostly leaders are always visionaries. We have discussed that. Most of the times they will have much vision. What is the organization, and they always think of the future of the organization and future of their employees. So that is what. So initially I started with the difference between leadership and management. So managers. Now I'll just little bit give little bit brief about manager, and I'll just conclude the session by saying it. See, if you want to if you become a good manager, right? If you are a good manager, sometimes the work may not get done. Managers are always task oriented, and they do what work given by the organization. They are very much interested in completing the task. So we can say managers are mostly task oriented. So see, if you become a good manager, then you can definitely can become a leader. So every manager who becomes a good manager, they became a good leader. So leadership, so always you need to, if you want to be successful in leading a team, leading an organization, you need to put yourself in different styles of leadership. So to become an effective leader, it requires for you to understand different leadership styles and apply the right approach based on the situation. So great leaders always exhibit different traits that inspire and guide their teams to success. That is what is important, right? So with this, I conclude my session on leadership. If you have any questions, we can take it down. Or we can continue with marketing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Just give me 2 minutes for a second. Just a minute. Just give me one. So now we can start discuss about. So now we can start discussing about marketing. So as initially, when the introduction was given, they said that marketing is one of the important things for a successful business to grow, right? So any sales team or anything, any business, so marketing plays a vital role, right? So we need to understand what is marketing. So we can say the marketing, in a simple definition, we can say, see, the marketing is nothing but the process of creating some communication for delivering and exchanging offerings, right? So delivering, exchanging and offerings that have value for customers. So we can say that when I'm doing a sales or a service, that the customer should understand where that product is available or what kind of service I am delivering as a service person. So that is important for customers to understand. For example, if we don't understand, if the customer doesn't know where a particular product is being sold or what a particular service is given a particular organization, so it is very difficult for them to approach them. And even for organization, so it is important that they need to know where to sell the product, right? So if they don't know where to sell the product, then the product, they may not be able to find a right customer for that suitable product. So that is called as marketing in a simple layman language. So marketing is very, very important for business successes. So the major role about marketing is, the role of marketing is, we can say, customer relationship. See, the marketing has evolved in a different era. So earlier era, there was so much of marketing like word of mouth marketing, media marketing, paper media marketing. There were earlier days, it was yellow pages where people used to find organizations and other things. They were word of mouth marketing. Still, I feel that word of mouth marketing plays a very, very major role. Right now in digital era, we have come to so many different types of marketing, SEO in them. So it has been the marketing has transformed immensely in the years. And even then, but marketing is very, very important. Now it plays even major role in digital era. So when you get into if you want to know anything, you start searching in Google. So that is digital era of marketing. But still, word of mouth marketing as a powerful tool where when some consumer uses the product, and if he tries to give positive feedback about that, definitely that makes more easier for other consumer to buy that product. So that is why the marketing is very, very important. Let us understand the basic things in marketing, right? So what are the evaluation of marketing? So earlier it was called as traditional marketing. Now it is digital marketing. So there are so many eras it has come out, like production era, sales era, marketing concept different, customer relationship management. Customer relationship management is one of the very, very important tool in marketing, right? So there are a lot of, we can see that impact of digital transformation, right? So we can find anything right sitting from our residence or from our office if we need some products, right? That is how the marketing has evolved so many things. So I'll just touch on 4 P's of marketing, right? So four P's are nothing but product, price, and place and promotions. If earlier I discussed about this, the consumer should know where the product is being sold, right? And what is the price of the product. Then where the place and promotion. So if you don't promote, it is very difficult to reach the customer. And we can say there is 7 P's. Another 3 P's has been added lately. People, process, and physical evidence. That is, we can say how the service after completion of the product. Also, after post-purchase also, the marketing plays a vital role. So let us understand how it starts. For example, if we can make it as seller as an industry. Right, just a minute. So simple marketing system, we can just make it as buyer as a seller as an industry. So for example, I am the industry. First, what I do, I just market what I'm offering. Right. First, I offer I am offering what I am selling my services. So the customer finds me. That is the market. So he gets the benefit of my service and he gives the seller, that is industry, the monetary benefits. So this is called as buyer and market and seller. So normally what happens as a industry, as a seller, I have communicated myself saying that my service is available here. And as a customer, they have found out that I am giving X kind of service, Y kind of service, so that they have approached me to get that service and they have paid. That is called monetary benefit. I have got it. So I have communicated. Next, what happens? It doesn't stop there. Next, once the customer consumes the product or the service, automatically the organization requires the important thing, the information from the customer, the feedback of the customer. That is very, very important. Once those information comes to me as a organization, then I start thinking whether I have given the right product for a right person, right kind of a service. What kind of a service I have given, whether my service is, whether the customer is satisfied with the service or not satisfied with the service, right? So that is the information I'm getting back. So this is what the marketing plays important role. In simple, we can say as a seller, I sell a product, communicating this is my service, and customer getting back the getting the service and paying me, and customer giving me the as a buyer, he gives me the information whether the product is the right fit for him or not. So this is simple explanation of marketing. So uh, we can say that understanding the consumer behavior at the end, understand the consumer behavior to enhance our product or to enhance our service. So for that, first we need to understand what is the need of the customer. So needs and wants is very, very important to understand the consumer behavior. So in a marketing, if you understand the consumer behavior, you can give a wonderful product and you can easily sell more products. That is what the organization is looking for. To understand the customer behavior, first step is to understand the consumer needs and wants. Once you understand the customer needs and wants, you started giving products according to them. So with this, we can say that we can come to a buyer decision process, right? For example, if I want a product, so what is the thing? How the buyer takes the decision? So a basic buyer decision process can be discussed in these steps. First, the buyer, there is a race of need. Once the buyer understands his need, then what happens is he starts to, as a second step, he starts to search for the product, right? As a for the product where this product is available. Once he understands this product is available here, then he starts evaluating the alternatives. Whether this is the right product, what is the price, what is the market price, whether the price is right or wrong, whether I'm giving more for the service, whether I'm giving less for the service, whether I'm going to give the on-par price for the service. That is what he evaluates. Once he evaluates the services, then he takes a decision to purchase, right? So that is how once he takes the decision to purchase, he starts purchasing the product or service. After that, what happens? The sales ends here. Then there is one more important step that is called as post-purchase behavior of a customer. That is very, very important. This is where our information place. What the information meaning post-purchase behavior. Once the customer purchases, for example, we can say that a particular customer is buying a AC from a particular retail shop, XYZ retail showroom. Then he thinks that first thing, once he purchases, there is a issue raising for the product. So after that, what are the things he will be looking at? Whether he is getting a fast service of fixing that AC, right? Whether if there is any issue with the AC, whether this company is giving a faster services, or how long this AC is was going without any problem, right? All this information is collected post purchase behavior. So this is very, very important in marketing to understand the consumer behavior. Right. Yes.
All right. Yeah.
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 So with this we can conclude discussion about marketing. So any questions we can take.
Yeah, specifically, I would like to ask about the young generation, those who are, because most of our audience is basically freshers. So, what difference do you see the young graduates today they have than like the experience you hold like more than 20 plus years? So, what difference do you see, and what kind of suggestions or tips do you have for the
See,
young graduates?
as a faculty, I have just went into many colleges and seen freshers and seen newly joined employees who are freshers for the work. See, first thing, they don't have that much patience, right? That is what I feel. They want everything to be very fast, right? For a period, we are in a different era, right? The era where we were and now what we are, right? Different era. Further, but I would request these people to have patience first to learn, right? Learn, understand anything what they, right? Anything what they do, they need to understand. They need to understand the basic. It is not that today you start, tomorrow you became successful, right? So if you take any people who have worked, they would have come for with the practice and they would have done tremendous, they would have given tremendous of work in the 10 to 15 years, right? Any business or any work, you need to understand that. That is what patience is very, very important for today's younger generation. I feel that.
Okay. Okay, great, great. Yeah, yeah. So that's a common observation everywhere. Everyone is able to see. Another question I have is again related to leadership. Whenever there is a challenge or there is a crisis, so at that time, what kind of you may take some maybe scenario or something, some example. So, how the crisis management should be done?
See, always know leadership. First thing, again, I'll start with leaders or people who inspire people, they became leaders, right? So, so leadership means you need to have a greater listening skills, right? That is very, very important. In crisis management, definitely everybody is going to go around that crisis management. When you want to do a crisis management, you need to understand the root cause of the issues, right? Rather than addressing the overview of issues. So mostly, I have seen people when I give task for young leaders, they try to just complete their work overview. They don't understand the important deep root cause of the crisis. So once you start understanding those, and there may be different types of what we say, different types of solution, right? Solution A may work, B may work, C may work. But that is not a problem. That is not an issue. But if you really want to have a good thing, Sometimes it may work, sometimes it may not work. It is not that if you have some difficult situation, you are not able to give good results. It is not that you are a failure, right? So those things and all they should understand. First thing, they need to understand the cause from the root, things from the root cause, then they need to act. If any suggestions are there, definitely they should be open-minded to take the decision. But as a leader, I always feel that we need to decide whether it is a right decision or wrong decision. We need to take examples. For example, we had Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Normally, they would say that whatever problem comes, he first comes and tells that I will take responsibility for this. So that is what great leaders are inspired, right? So we inspire great people. That is how. So when there is always a crisis or any issues, that leader should step in first and take the responsibility that, okay, this time I am responsible. Next time he should also guide people, stating that they need to. But it is not that leader should guide. He should not do their job. He should guide them and make them do their job. That is very, very important.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. And I think this is last question in terms of when we do marketing. So there is a term called as ROI, return on investment. So can you explain it in very simple terms for those who are from this background, like tech people? So what is ROI? And in simple terms, not only if we are doing a marketing job, but in general, whatever we do, how ROI should be considered.
Normally, return on investment is something what we discuss is that, see, if you are investing 100 rupees, if we get 150 rupees, that we can say we have 50 rupees return. What we have invested, we have. So we can say that 3 times, 4 times, or 5 times, whatever profit we get, that is okay. So investment, see, you mark that word investment. Investment is very, very important rather than spending money. That is very, very important. What happens now, the people are having different types of marketing strategy. They start spending money. When you spend money, it will not come. You need to invest. For that, you need to understand where to invest, what type of marketing is required. That is very, very important.
Okay, great, great, great. So I think that's it for today, and I would really like to convey a great thanks to Mr. TP Dilip Kumar for sharing his experiential knowledge. And in future also, I would be really happy to invite you for more such engaging sessions. And to the audience, because this is a recorded session, so please do watch and have a look at it. If you have any queries, you can write it down as a comment to us. We'll come back to you. Once again, thank you. Thank you, sir. And thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Kaushal. It's a great honor to be here. Thank you for
Welcome. Yeah. Yes.